Okay, so this is the much delayed analysis of the first half of our game versus the Southlake Titans attacking the middle third. Now, remember, I think we actually played very well for our first game. We're still learning each other, and we're still learning the formation and the tactics and how I want the team to play together. I was still very impressed. So the focus of this game was attacking in the middle third, specifically how to use the diamond to to have possession, to either pass or dribble forward in order to create chances in the final third. And the key word there is possession. Can we have possession entering that final third? And how we're going to do that? Well, we're going to try to unbalance and disorganize the opponent using very small, very quick passing, 1-2s, so they just get discombobulated. So specifically for the team, how we're going to disorganize the opponent, we're going to spread out. We're going to like big shapes when we're attacking, small shapes when we're defending. We're going to maintain and use our shape. Our shape is the most thing. Those series of diamonds that we have are going to be the most important. They provide abilities for us to hold the ball, to have possession, to have support and attacking options. All the while, the opponent does not have the ball. We're going to utilize space and triangulate to create passing options. We're going to support the attack. We're going to create diagonal passing lanes, once again, by using our shape. We're going to change the point of attack. That comes up next week. Quick passing with tempo and purpose. We want to make those soccer decisions. And we're going to push the defensive line forward to take preventative defensive actions. So that previous slide was a bunch of just a laundry list of things you can do in order to unbalance the opponent. But we really hyper focused for the last 2 weeks on maintaining and using your shape, utilize space and triangulate to create passing options, supporting the attack, creating diagonal passing lanes, and a quick passing tempo, but with purpose. And who's involved in this? Well, it's the 4 and the 5. They're the ones who are going to be controlling the buildup as we enter the middle third. The 6, 7, 8, and 11, the heart of the team, and the 2 and the 3. And in the last 2 weeks, we really went over player specific hows of maintaining that diamond. You'll see in one of the clips that I don't care if the 6 or the 11 or the 8 get out of whack a little bit, but everyone on the field needs to recognize of that there's a space in the diamond that needs to be filled, and I'm the most likely candidate to fill that position. So therefore, I need to maintain the diamond. Understand a good body shape, how to receive the ball. If, are we playing open to the field? Can I see the whole field? Am my body correct to receive this ball? Scanning the field, I'm head checking, I'm gathering information. I'm making a good soccer decision, and I'm then, with that information and good decision, I'm making a good soccer action. And I will tell you all of this right now. The qualities of a successful soccer player is to read and understand the game and make autonomous decisions. You will not hear me barking at you to shoot or to pass or to where to go when you have the ball. When you have the ball, the entire world revolves around you. You're the one who has to read and understand the game. You're the one who has to make the decision of what to do with that ball. No one else can. And finally, you need to take responsibility and accountability for your own development and performance on the field. And that either means training at home, watching game tape, and giving it your best when you are on the field, either in training or at the game. Okay, I want to go over a little bit about passing location versus possession location and some of the heat maps from the first half. The location of the passing attempts, and these are attempts, not completed passes. 84% of our attempted passes happen in the middle third. In the initial third, 7. In the final third's 9. That's telling me we are trying to pass in the middle third. Our buildup, because at the initial thirds down at the 7, is not that much. There was a lot of just kind of long ball kicks, clearances, or just kicking the ball. So that's why that number is down around 7. I want that number to come up. And in the final third, we haven't talked about what I want to do in the final third. So whatever that number is for the first game, I'm happy with it. And versus the location of possession. We had possession 23% of the time, yet only 9% of our passes in the final third. We had 28% of the time we had possession in our initial third, but only passed 7% of it. And half of our possession, essentially half, came in the middle third, but 84% of our passing attempts came from there. Once again, that just highlights the fact that we like to dribble a lot. So the heat maps for the first half, we're on the left, Southlake's on the right. We're dominating the middle space. The diamond is doing its job. Okay, we have a lot of possession in that middle third, and you can see from their heat map, we're backing them up quite a bit. So we are the dominant team in the first half, and it gets even worse for them. It gets even better for us in the second half. But this is a great heat map. So the full-time passing strings statistics, it's one of those things where it's both good and bad news. If you look at it, it shows clearly that we once again dominated this team. Total passing strings of 15 versus 7, longest passing string 5 versus 4. But at the same time, over a course of a full 90 minutes, 15 is not enough for what type of team that we want to be. We want to be a possession-based team. We want to hold the ball with possession is precious so that the defenders or of opposition do not have the ball. Because if they don't have the ball, that means they're not attacking and we are. And we want to attack and we want to score goals. But that only happens if we work as a functioning team in the center, passing, having possession. So as I broke down the first half, I want to go over a definition. So to me, a successful attack is one where we have possession to pass or dribble forward into the final third in order to create chances. So that means we have possession going from the second to the final third. In the first half of that game, we had 56 attempts total of trying to attack in the middle third. 40 of them ended in failure. That means we were not able to successfully maintain possession going into that final third. So looking at it another way, 71% of the time that we had possession in the middle third ended in failure. We were only able to successfully penetrate into their final third with possession 29% of the time. Now there's another statistics. As we get more sophisticated in our gameplay, there will be a third category that will come up, which is going to be a retreat, meaning that we're going to maintain possession, bring it back to the initial, maybe back to the 4 and 5er goalie to change the point of attack or to do some recycling, and that's going to be fine as well. But what's great about this is that we now have a baseline. 29% is now our baseline, and we're going to go higher from here. So the initial location of our attacks, starting in the middle third, 48% came from the middle, which makes sense because the heart of their team. I expect these percentages to stay about the same. Right is 32, left is 20. It's a good mix. And then here's a success rate of attack from the channels. So that means when we are attacking down the middle, 67% of the time we were unsuccessful and 33% of the time we were successful. On the right, we had an 89% failure rate. That means either they had some stellar people on the right or something else was happening on our right that we were unable to penetrate down their our right flank, their left flank, because we only had 11% success rate. And the left, it's almost 50-50. That's an amazing. So that means we were very good on our left. So congratulations to everybody who played on the left that day. Breaking down types of attacks, looking at when we are trying to either dribble, pass or dribble, or had a mixed combination of passing and dribble. So you can see that when we are trying to pass only and dribble only, we have a higher failure rate. That's going to be the purple bar, and the pink bar is going to be the success. We try to dribble a lot, and you can see that it's well over twice the failure rate than a successful dribble. But it did occur, and it can occur. Some people can dribble through that middle. It just depends upon what you have in front of you, and that's okay. Once again, you have to make the autonomous decisions when you're on the field. Sometimes the opponent's going to give you the free real estate in front, and you can take it, no problem. I can only go back and look at what's on film. Okay. If that's your decision on the field and it's successful, good on you. When we were able to mix dribble and pass, my goodness, our success rate actually is higher than our failure rate. So that tells me something right there. If we're able to use our talents, both mixed dribbling and passing, we're able to be successful when we're attacking in the middle third. That is a great, great statistic, especially from our first game. And I will tell you this, the reason why that failure bar is so massive in the middle and just pass only is because that is just the kick. A pass is any type of passing attempt. So that's just that long ball clearance. That's just like kicking it long, kicking it up, kicking it up, kicking it up, kicking it up without any thought to it. That bar will shrink incredibly if you scan for information, make a good soccer decision, and perform a good soccer action. So let's look at a successful clip of attacking in the middle third using our diamond. And remember, it's about being in possession of the ball going into the final third. This one comes off a punt. I don't want to talk about the punt per se, but we had to win it back in the middle third. So this whole action starts with a defensive takeover in the middle third. There it is right there. The striker had to come back to win the ball. The 11 asked for a ball forward, which he got, and now the 11 is going to use space because he sees how many defenders there are around. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenders right around him. So he's going to use his space and use his diamond. And right here, we have our diamond set up. We have our 8, our 11, our 6. And now I wish the 7 would have been right on this location to actually make the diamond. Because remember, our target's out here, and our striker on the right-hand side is doing a great job on the other side of the defender. Defender can't see the ball and the striker at the same time. We have this great setup to having attacking space here or the through ball through the center channel. That's an unfortunate touch. But right there, notice how our diamond, everybody in the diamond has now touched the ball. We are able to maintain 90% possession. Had we able to complete our passes, it would have been 100%. But in the end, the 6 scoops up the ball and then dribbles it forward down the sideline with a 1-2 with the striker and has possession going into that final third. So this attack comes from a defensive turnover right here at the top of the box. Our 11's involved, wins the ball, and now he has the 6 in front of him, the 8, and the 7. The 7 is actually in a defensive shape because, like I said, we were fighting for this ball. Okay, so now we look at our diamond. We're on a counterattack. We have a long way to go. Here's our 8, our 7, our 11, and our 6. He's got all this real estate in front of him, but he has a lot of guys to beat. We completely dominate the center of the field, so we should take our time and make sure we're in the correct position once we've won the ball and we're clear of our final third. What I'm trying to get at is that it's okay to dribble and it's okay to exploit the space, but there has to be a plan involved and you have to have patience. Okay. So the the 6 has now gone into the 11th spot. The 11's on the outside here, 8's here, and now we have the 7. So what should have happened here is that the diamond should have reset. Seeing that the 6 was going to take the 11's space, the 11 should have dropped back into the 6th position and temporarily done that roll. So that would have been a simple run or at least a jog to reset. And the 7, I would like to have gone a little farther, a little faster, to make sure we maintain this diamond. Okay, so he just did a look. The runner now just did a look, looking for something or somebody. He's looking for that next pass. Here's the offside line. What he was looking for was our striker. Unfortunately, our striker's in the middle. Once seeing the buildup come to the outside, the striker should have made a beeline out here so that the pass would have been there. This is a good use, once again, of holding up the play a little bit, waiting for our teammates to reset their shape. We've just gone in, and now we have to figure out what we're going to do. We have the 8. We have the 7 coming on scene. Now our 11 can reset to his original space. And our 6 now needs to retreat back. Or the 3 on the other side, or the 3 on this side, needed to then maintain the 6's space right about here. That was a good choice going back to the 7. And so now, once again, he just ran into some little problems, and he has no support right here. And he needed support right in that spot. And that could either be handled by that position right there can either handled by the 2 or the 11 or the 6 coming back. That should have been the 6, but the 6 wasn't there because the 6 went forward. And the attack is over. This clip is going to have a lot of great things in it. It has the idea that the diamond is the heart of our team. When we're attacking, we like bigger shapes. When we are defending, we like smaller shapes. And in this one, the 8's going to come back, get compact, stay compact to win the ball, and then immediately surge forward back into his space and be a passing option. It's a great example of how that dynamic should work. A comes back, wins the ball, passes it back to reset the play. So this is the drill we've been running. We're at the top of the box. Our 4 and our 5 are distributing the ball at the beginning of the middle third. Now, where's our diamond? It's a little inverted. Our 8 just passed back, and he's going to rush up and create the top. So now we have our once again, our diamond. But I want you to notice that why it is important to always think about that patience and possession, because we don't have to go for the long ball, that win ball every single time. Our 6 picked up the ball, started dribbling a little bit. That's fine. Attack a little bit of space. But this pass, this simple pass right here to our oncoming 8, not to his feet, but just a little in front of him, would have been perfect. And that would have then sprung, they would have continued to allow us to spring this attack. Unfortunately, it went to our striker. Our striker is not in the correct position either, because this is the offside line right here. He's 10 yards from it. And how many guys does he have around him? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Our 8 has 0. That would have been the correct pass to our 8. And if our striker had been on the line there, on the line there, and our other striker on the line there, this next pass is going from our 8 either through the middle or through that gap right there. That's what it means to use the diamond for that killer ball on the ground into space to beat that back line in order to have possession in the final third. And unfortunately, when our striker came off the back line, the defense was able to recover, and our attack was smothered. Well, I hope you learned something out of this analysis of the first half. Attacking in the middle third. Remember, we had 56 opportunities to get into that final third. That is a great number. And I'm very proud of the boys of how they played in our first game. Everything we're doing now is just learning how to play as a team. We have a long way to go on our journey, but it's going to be a fun journey, and I'm super excited to being a part of the journey with you.